Flooding. To the generations that came before us, flooding was a rarity, a freak event. Over the last few years, however, weather patterns have changed. The debates continue about global warming and climate change, but a simple fact that cannot be argued is that flooding has very quickly become an increasing part of our everyday landscape. Caught unaware by the nationwide flooding of summer 2007, the UK government has made available billions of pounds to try and alleviate some of the damage that will inevitably be caused by future flooding. The Foresight project has been set up to try and forecast the extent of increased flooding over the next 100 years and the impact it will have on us. This DEFRA-sponsored project has been carried out utilising the best available science and 90 leading experts over an 18-month period. The findings are complex and varied, but show a major increase in annual flood damage of between 3 and 9 times current levels. The Environment Agency has released floodplain maps allowing us, the homeowner, the business owner, to identify to what degree our properties are at risk. The Association of British Insurers is beginning to introduce measures that for many of us will result in our properties and belongings not being covered for flood damage, or carrying premiums and excesses so highly loaded that the property is effectively uninsurable. Whilst government help may or may not be available in the form of grants or work carried out, the responsibility lies with us, the house or business owner, to ensure that our properties are protected from the increasing risk of flood damage. The effects of this damage can be extremely costly in terms of damaged plant and stock, building fabric, lost productivity and man-hours. The accepted traditional solution to the problem has been sandbagging and/or earthworks. However, these are always highly labour-intensive, unsightly, unhygienic, difficult to dispose of after flooding has subsided, and in very many cases are ineffective and inadequate. Rapidam, however, is a cost-effective, practical solution for the modern era, which brings flooding solutions into the 21st century. Simple to erect with limited manpower, easy to hose down and put away, Rapidam is being commissioned by government and national service industries to protect sensitive installations, buildings, sites and areas nationwide, as well as by small and large companies to protect their assets from the damage caused by uncontrolled floodwaters. The Rapidam system is just one of a proven and established range from Floodguard Systems Limited, the UK's leading flood protection company. Rapidam has been primarily designed to protect larger areas. These can range from factory doors to complete sites, as Rapidam can be specifically constructed to be effective in your particular installation. It can be integrated with other Floodguard systems such as door barriers, thereby giving a comprehensive and integrated flood solution, or can be used on its own in large open areas where it can literally dam across a valley, or be used to divert the course of a flood in order to protect a given area. The two versions available are Rapidam Freestanding and Rapidam Bolt Down. The freestanding model needs minimal preparation before flooding and is quick and easy to deploy. A 20-metre length can be erected in less than 15 minutes. Longer runs can be supplied either in single form or in 10-metre lengths, which are joined using Floodguard's patented waterproof zip technology. Installation is quick and simple. The required length is rolled out on site. The leading edge is then dug in or weighted down. This merely ensures that minimal floodwater initially passes under the leading edge. As the floodwater rises, the design is such that the pressure it exerts on the Rapidam base forms its own seal and holds the barrier in place. Then penetrative screw anchors are screwed through the eyelets into the ground below. These can be screwed by hand or by air compressor depending on site conditions. The specialist screw anchors were originally developed for the United States Armed Forces and are only available in the UK through floodguards. Each one can withstand 2,500 pounds of strain. As the floodwater rises, the strength of the structure becomes greater and greater. After the flooding has subsided, the barrier is equally quick and easy to disassemble. The screw anchors are removed and the barrier is hosed down. All Rapidam barriers are already treated with antifungal, ultraviolet and alkali treatments. Once dry, the barrier can be folded or rolled and stored until the next flood alert. The bolt-down version of Rapidam is similar in design to the freestanding barrier, but has a fixed leading edge and thereby requires one-off initial site preparation. Suitable for large or small applications and for hard ground areas, deployment time is reduced to a minimum, with a crew of 3 able to fix and erect a 35-metre barrier from scratch in under 30 minutes. Available in different heights as dictated by the specific application, Rapidam bolt-down's footprint can be as little as 1 metre, yet it is impressively strong, holding back a ton of water per metre. Pre-installation requires groundwork by one of Floodguard's specialist and expert installation teams. The team will remove some existing groundwork and fix an unobtrusive concrete beam flush with the existing surface and finished neatly to it. This will often run between walls at either end. The beam will have stainless steel sleeves resin fixed into it at predetermined intervals. These will also be similarly bonded into the end walls. The Rapidam is then supplied along with angled aluminium angle strips, toolkits, and full deployment manuals and training. Deployment itself is simple. As the barrier is rolled into place, then the numbered angle plates are simply fixed to the beam by stainless steel tamper-proof bolts being screwed into the sleeves, sandwiching the leading edge of the barrier between. The barrier is now fixed to the ground, but is lying flat, and it can be left this way for maximum unrestricted access until the trailing edge is hand-lifted into place when necessary. Once the danger has passed, the barrier can be quickly unbolted, hosed down and cleaned off, then rolled up and stored until the next flood warning. The Rapidam system, whether freestanding or bolt-down, has proved itself in installations across the country to be easy to deploy and highly effective at its job, which is of course to provide adequate protection against damage from flooding. Rapidam handling systems. For smaller installations, the Rapidam barrier can easily be carried to the deployment site and unrolled by 1 or 2 persons. But for larger installations, floodguards have developed the Rapidam handling systems. These range in size depending on the length and height of the barrier being used, but the larger handling systems can accommodate up to 150 meters. This can be as one long barrier, or it can equally be several shorter barriers as needed on multi-application sites. Handling systems can be manual or motorized, the latter making deployment and disassembly even quicker and easier. As well as the pedestrian hand maneuver versions, each model is also available with an integrated tow bar, allowing it not only to be towed to the desired site, but also to be deployed and re-rolled whilst being towed. The main advantages of using any of the Rapidam handling systems are reduction in deployment and de-rig time, less manpower required, increased ease of use on both hard surface ground, such as tarmac or concrete, and soft ground, such as river embankments, fields and soil. Reduced storage space. Multiple barriers stored and deployed from one handling reel. Whilst all models are relatively simple in operation, All maintenance and usage of the handling systems is covered in the comprehensive on-site training which is part of any Rapidam installation by Floodguards. Rapidam is patented, is ISO and OHSAS certificated, and has achieved BSI Kite Mark approval. HR Wallingford is the UK Centre for Kite Mark testing of flood protection devices to check compliance with British standards. After extensive tank testing at HR Wallingford, under simulated extreme and wind-driven flood conditions, even when partly disassembled, Rapidam performed exceptionally well and achieved the BSI Kite Mark. Floodguards Systems Limited have achieved Kite Mark status across their entire range of flood protection products, and are the only flood protection company in the world to have achieved 2 BSI Kite Mark licenses. Amongst the many awards that have been gained by Floodguards personnel, the company and its products, the Rapidam system was awarded the highly coveted BBC Tomorrow's World Millennium Invention of the Year. These awards and accreditations bear out the resounding success of all Floodguard systems, including Rapidam, which has been successfully deployed and is ready for reuse in installations large and small across the country. The risk of being flooded and suffering the expense and extensive damage it causes will only increase in the years ahead. The Rapidam team at Floodguards will happily carry out a free assessment of your premises and discuss with you the best way of managing your flood risk situation, and in most instances are able to offer a positive solution. Flooding is now an inevitable fact of life. For an increasing number of businesses and homes, the risk of damage, expense and upheaval from flooding is a real one. That risk, however, is a manageable one. Let Rapidam manage the solution to your flood risk. For a free assessment, please telephone 011 8973 3535 or email sales@floodguards.com.